Hi guys, Saturday night here at Pukekohe. As you can see, the racetrack here in behind me. Well, the sun's almost out now, blue skies, but that certainly hasn't been the case for at least half of the day. We got here this morning, it's quite wet, and that stayed until qualifying. That session was actually delayed because the conditions was too dangerous. They extended the start time a little bit to see if we could get the track conditions slightly better. We went out and sort of did one run, and then ended up having to cancel the session because it was too wet and dangerous for the drivers. So actually, for the first time in a very long time, they actually cancelled the qualifying session, which meant that we went off our practice results from yesterday. So again, we sort of had a little bit left in the tank yesterday, and unfortunately that's the times we went off. Scotty in particular didn't run another set of greens at the end of the session that we think would have vaulted him up a little bit, but anyway, didn't quite get that right in extreme circumstances. Obviously hard to predict that one. And then we waited to see what the weather was going to do. It still looked like it might have been damp, but then by the time the race got here, the weather sort of cleared, still overcast and sort of threatening rain, but we chose to head down the path of sort of a setup that would give the drivers better grip in the wet, and unfortunately we got that wrong. It ended up being dry for the whole race, a small sprinkle but nowhere near wet enough for wets. So we just compromised the whole race really with the setup. The two guys did a good job with cars that really weren't to their liking, nowhere near what they needed. Unfortunately for JC, he sort of locked a tyre into turn 2 and couldn't recover it in the conditions, and ended up in the tyre wall, so that put him a few laps down. We got him back out there and salvaged some points, but certainly a couple laps down. And then Scotty just slowly moved forward, I guess. A few incidents there were advantageous to us, but he just trucked along, did his best with the car, again not to his liking. Did our best to tune it up with the anti-roll bars and bits and pieces, but yeah, sort of had the pace we had, but still got ourselves up into a reasonable position of P14. So he moved forward, which is all I guess you can ask for. So we'll go again tomorrow, see what the weather does in the morning, decide what we do for the setup in qualifying. Obviously go through what we did wrong. That's the important thing today. We'll go through what we did wrong with some of the decisions we made, and give the guys a better car for tomorrow. So one more day to come, another qualifying session about lunchtime, and then another 200k race. So we'll see what we can do. Thanks as always for your wonderful support.